what today is. We're reading a new book, so that means it's story time! So we have a new book that we're reading today, and it's one of my favorites, and you can see it here. On the front cover, we can read the title, Mrs. Wishy Washy. And you can see Mrs. Wishy Washy here. Okay, before we read the story, let's review some of our letters, sight words, and some vocabulary. Let's get started. Okay, again here on your screen, you can see the front cover. You can see the title at the top, Mrs. Wishy Washy. Mrs. Wishy Washy. And here's Mrs. Wishy Washy here. Story by Joy Cowley. So the author of the story is Joy Cowley. She is the one who wrote the words. Illustrations by Elizabeth Fuller. So the one who drew the pictures is Elizabeth Fuller. So the title is Mrs. Wishy Washy. What do you think the story is going to be about? What do you think Mrs. Wishy Washy likes to do? Maybe she likes to wash something? I don't know. Let's find out. We have 2 new letters this week. What letter is this? W. W. Very good. Do you know the sound of letter W? W. Very good. For example, wishy, washy. You can see letter W in the title. The next letter we are learning this week is this one here. Who knows the name of the letter? Letter J. J. And the sound of letter J? J, J, J. Very good. There is a new sight word this week. Can anyone read this sight word? Is. Is. For example, the story of the week is Mrs. Wishy Washy. Is. I-S spells is. Let's review some other sight words that you're going to see in the story. Who can read this one? I think all of you can by now. The. T-H-E spells the. What about this one? And. A-N-D spells and. How about this sight word? It's not is. Remember, is I-S. This is I-N. How do we read this one? In. In. I-N spells in. Last one, this is a little bit longer, but you will see this a lot in the story. Said. Said. S-A-I-D spells said. For example, Miss Erin said, "Please sit crisscross applesauce." Said. Okay, I want to talk about some vocabulary. Of course, you know who this is because she is on the front cover and her name is the title. Do you remember? Mrs. Wishy Washy. Mrs. Wishy Washy. What kind of animal is this? You can try to read it over here. Cow. 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 It's a cow. What's the sound of a cow? Moo. Very good. What about this animal? Pig. Pig. This is a piggy. Pig. How about this one? Can you read this word over here? Duck. 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 What's the sound of a duck? Quack, 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 quack. Here is another word we have talked about in English. Tub. 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 You can see the tub here. What do we do in a tub? Is a tub for swimming? Can you go swimming in a tub? No, it's not for swimming. It's for taking a bath. You take a bath in the tub if you are dirty. What about this? It's a barn. 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 We talked about this before. Do you remember what a barn is? A barn is a house on a farm. A barn is a house on a farm. Okay, now we're ready to read the story. I would like you to first get this book from your learning resources and follow along with Miss Erin as I read the story. Are you ready? Let's go.
Mrs. Wishy Washy by Joy Cowley. Mrs. Wishy Washy. "Oh, lovely mud," said the cow, and she jumped in it. "Oh, lovely mud," said the pig, and he rolled in it. "Oh, lovely mud," said the duck, and she paddled in it. Along came Mrs. Wishy Washy. "Just look at you," she screamed. "In the tub you go." In went the cow, wishy washy, wishy washy. In went the pig, wishy washy, wishy washy. In went the duck, wishy washy, wishy washy. "That's better," said Mrs. Wishy Washy, and she went into the house. Away went the cow, away went the pig, away went the duck. "Oh, lovely mud," they said. The end.
Okay, now that we finished our story, let's talk about the characters and the setting. So, who remembers how to read this word here? I hope all of you do. Characters. Who is in the story? Remember, when we're talking about characters, we want to know who is in the story. Who are the animals or the people in the story? So, who were the characters in Mrs. Wishy Washy? The first character was, of course, Mrs. Wishy Washy. Her name is even in the title, and her picture is on the front cover. Mrs. Wishy Washy. Who was the next character? The cow. Mrs. Wishy Washy and the cow. After the cow, the pig. The pig was another character. Who was the fourth character? The duck. So there were 4 characters in the story. Mrs. Wishy Washy, the cow, the pig, and the duck. Who can read this word here? Setting. Setting. Where does the story take place? Where are the characters at in the story? Do you remember the setting in Mrs. Wishy Washy? Was it at a school? No, they were not at school. Where were the characters at in Mrs. Wishy Washy? They were in the barn or at the farm. You can say barn or farm. They are both okay. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the story time today. It's a short story, so maybe it's better for you to listen or read it more than one time. So now I want you to get your retelling cards and the worksheets from your learning activities binder and then meet me in the Google Classroom. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.